Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment you made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one at the go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome, fellas. Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Now, fellas, I know we are day behind, but come on, Lion, are you looking like we lost so much things that we favor this weekend? What going with you? Are you looking like, what going with you?
One game at a time.
One game at a time. Your audio a little loud. This is me alone.
My audio?
Just check your audio.
Sounding low.
Right. You're sounding low.
You're sounding low, my guy.
Right. Anyway, fellas, it's good to be, with the brothers when, things going nice. Life just be so much better when Manchester United are winning games, fellas. And to beat one of our bogey teams, this team we have not won against Brighton, I think in the last 6 or 7 meetings, but I could confidently say yesterday we put them to the sword, and in fine fashion as well. I mean, how could Man United not turn it into a very nervy end? It was very Man United-like for it to end how it did, but 4-2 it was, and there was no doubt in my mind, as I said before, that the better team won. Although we couldn't get back-to-back wins for close to a year, and imagine now 3 wins on the bounce. And to boot, rivals dropping points. We above Liverpool on the table. We level with City on points. The media quiet. Social media quiet earlier. Life is so good, gentlemen, when Manchester United win games and we win them convincingly. You understand what I'm saying? And we play good football. All I'm saying, and I mean, Lion, I hear you. We take it one game at a time, but we're in fandom here, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And I see plenty things to be pleased about. So what we say? How are they doing?
Yeah, I'm better now.
You're singing better, but not as loud as you usually song.
Now watch my partner name then. I'm FC. Okay, all right. Get on board.
Hey, that been so forever. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling to change it.
Okay.
All right. Nice to meet you. What you saying, buddy?
I good. I'm just glad, when you make a purchase, and you buy something, it ain't working like it's supposed to work. So you take it back in, and you explain to you how it, and you bring it back home next time. That's kind of how I feel with this team. Like, this team is supposed to be a high-scoring team. And to finally see, have that receipt, that invoice, and see the team working like it's supposed to be working, it's nice, because this is what we buy, and you want to see your money out there performing. So, I good. I can live with this.
Yeah. Well said. Phil, what are you saying? I like the name.
Yeah, that name was compliments of you, right? And I mean, at the end of the day, life is good if you're a Manchester United fan. But all of a sudden, I hearing slot out. I wonder why. But anyway, we gotta focus on our team. Cunha and Buemo. How it is so lovely to have an upgrade on Garnacho and Rashford. Such an upgrade. And I knew, and it is you just go back to the summer where it took us 55 days to acquire Mbeumo, and it was so worth it. So worth it. Bald is best, and we'll touch more on that later on in the pod. So yeah.
Yeah, well said, well said. Men coming out with the poetry today, boy. Now we talking about chef. Let me hear you.
One day at a time, one day at a time. But it was good to good to continue the win and the improvement. I don't
Right.
tr- I don't trust Manchester. I have real trust issues with this team. So until I could see man in the middle of Old Trafford getting his haircut, I ain't saying nothing. I just going with the flow. But good win all the same. Super happy for Cunha to get that all feedback now and see more coming.
But they agreed to that's what he said he was gonna get a haircut in Old Trafford in the middle of the field. That way he was gonna get a haircut.
The
Yeah.
players, the players and them tell him that.
Yeah,
Okay.
United Strand is his Instagram following, and I think who are not to distract from the main topic, but who are the next two games? Is it
Forest and Spurs.
Forest and Spurs.
We could beat Forest, and I think we could beat Spurs as well too.
Supposed to be able to beat Forest and Spurs.
Yeah, what I know Forest in a slump, right? So anyway, we'll discuss that later on. And also, I in a good mood where I got to give two instances where Bruno Fernandes did well, and I'll tell you the two instances. So yeah.
Yeah. Christian, what you saying, buddy?
Well, we can say 3 wins in a row. Mbemo, Cunha, and Sesko in the goal involvement. The Amorin Express, it gaining speed. What's that? The pod before I had say we get need the double wins against Liverpool, and last pod I say Cunha go and break the duck. And so said, so done. I watch now in the morning. I hate watching a Chelsea game and I see Garnacho score. I say, nah, boy, Garnacho can't score and Cunha score yet. And Cunha come and score. So, but what a performance!
Yeah. Lionel going to say
And all the I think City drop points, Chelsea drop points, and Liverpool drop points. So it cannot be a better weekend.
Yeah. So let me just get some comments real quick, guys, and then we'll get into the mix, right? So King Iva on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Slot getting sacked before Amorim. All right. Aaron on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good evening to you. All right. Curti the Goat. All right. Good night to you, buddy. Thanks for joining. Dwayne Allen on the inside. Cheers to you as well. Good win yesterday, watching from Aruka. Nice man, Aruka. Big up yourself. Guys, don't forget to like and share the pod, right? We want to get more people in on this, man. And I guarantee we ain't gonna have no Chelsea fans in the comments today.
I was just about to ask that question. I want to know that one Chelsea fan that always
Kerry, he won't be here. He won't be here. Trust me. All right. Curti saying here, audio lower than Liverpool in the table.
Oh,
like Salah. Everson on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying system nothing. I'm wearing everything. All right, we'll get into that. Javid on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying good times. Finally, let's build on this and finish in the top 4. So pleased with the team. Dalot, meh. All right, no therapy session today. For sure. All right. Dwayne saying here, the best upgrade for me was the goalkeeper. All summer signings looking good. Facts. Fact, but the challenge on the best upgrade, right? Because I think Phil mentioned the two who we had before, Anthony and Garnacho. Listen, chalk and cheese, right? Anyway.
Hey, no, but as I mentioned Dalo, right? When Dalo played, you just miss Dogu. And when Dogu started to play, you just started to miss Dalo. And them two fellas, I know, boy.
Listen, I think we had to get somebody for that left side in January. Yeah, for our left side in January. No, because listen, the kind of telepathy and quality we've seen from Amaran and Bumo on that right hand side, I think we're doing Cunha and justice. With him having to deal with Dalo, and then when you take off or when you move Dalo to the next side, he had to deal with Dogu. But let me see how it goes. We are the up. So, Simeon, I want to go ahead.
No, before you get into that, like that discussion about the left-hand side, but what you going to do there? I mean, you have, we saw so much promise with Dogu, and Dogu a young player, he got benched. You know, and you can't really argue with it because you see him play, come on, first play, make a mistake. So it's kind of hard to argue for him, but he's a young player who you just, you know, less than a year ago brought in as your first, you know, signing. You know, and then you have, you know, Dallo has been here for a while. Malacia and left yet. Then you have the young fella playing on a 21s who just, you know, score a goal, but he probably already yet. So are you gonna make another purchase at that position? So, you know, I think, you know, we making good signings, but you see how quick are you gonna give up on a signing, you know, if you're bringing young players, how quick are you gonna move on from them? You know.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. You know, but I really think where the team is at right now, you know, how we see the team developing and for that consistency that you need, we need to see them players gelling. You know, and we've seen it happening with Ahmad and Mbumo, and we need to see it in other areas as well. You know, I think you're right. And side with Euro, Ahmad, and Mbumo looks so proper right now. You know, so it's ready to balance it out and to make sure that we could attack from different areas with the same level of quality. You know, but it's something that we had asked earlier in the season, and I know, you know, we want to be very safe. We want to get carried away, but we how much games we in here? 8 or 9 games in?
9 games.
Right.
Right. And no, so it'll be 10 taking into consideration the Grimsby game, right? So I really want Ole to let me look at the signings, because we somebody had mentioned it just now, and that was smack on the money for what I wanted to talk about here in terms of how the signings that we made this summer, how we rated them, because we have missed the trick plenty times in terms of the players that we bring in. We spend big money, we bring them in too late, you know, we misprofile players. But Mbumo, Cunha, Sesko, and Lamens, fellas, let me talk about, you know, let me rate that window a little bit. Let me talk about them players a little more. You know, Lion, talk to me.
Lion, like he frozen, yeah. Go
Yeah,
close
Lion
to
moving in slow
the close to
motion,
the
but
eye.
He
Close to the
blinking. Hey, wake up, boy.
wake up, one Lion. The party
Lion
birthday.
moving in slow motion. Well, let me start with Chef. So Chef, go through now.
Ah,
Man, jump to me. For the most part, I would say it definitely are upgraded in every position, the signings and them. So we know what we would get, to be honest. We know what the attacking trio should give us and will give us. So at them I wasn't too worried about. But the goalkeeper give us an instant calming presence. I tell you, between Onana and Bayende, them fellas leave us scarred with real trust issues. So things bad when Old Trafford giving a man a standing ovation for making a simple catch.
Yeah, but Chef, the last time we played Brighton, Onana gave away the 3 goal in her.
And I doesn't even want to mention Onana too much, you know.
The 3 goal that man gave away the last time we played them.
So yeah, definitely a marked improvement at these positions, and I just want Sesko to kick in with his goals, but I will say everything outside of that he is doing generally well. He involved, he building up, it's just for him to get more goal scoring opportunities now.
Yeah. And I just want to add in, and as Chef was talking there, I just want to add in which of the signings. I know it might be a little bit challenging because them fellas performing, but which based on where you saw the need the most, which player that we signed the thing, exceeding expectations, right? Because fellas, we know, as I was saying before, the Manchester United jersey, it's heavier. The weight of that jersey, the expectations, the pressure, it'll be different, So to see how these fellas performing and your thoughts on it, go through. Phil?
Well, I think it's two different questions you're asking. Is like, which signing you think has given us the most impact, and then which signing has exceeded expectations, right? So just to
Correct.
answer the last question, right? In terms of exceeding, I would say Laments, right? Because I think we knew what Mbeumo and Cunha brought to the table, right? Because at the end of the day, we saw what they did while they were at both Wolves and Brentford, respectively, right? So I would say Laments, right? Because at the end of the day, a very good, a great goalkeeper will save you in the season. No pun intended, right? So definitely, Laments is my expected. Is a player that we signed that is giving us more expectations, right? Because at the end of the day,
expectations, yeah.
because at the end of the day, we as fans for the last 3 games, we're clapping because there is a goalkeeper. There's somebody in the middle of the bars who can actually catch the ball and distribute it as well too, right? Now, let's go back to. I want to touch on Cunha a little bit, right? Now we all know that this whole for the last probably 5 to 10 years, a player who signs for a new club, as they sign for big money, the first thing rivals looking out for is this whole 007, right? I gotta say that the reason why Cunha did not get the 007 stick is because the guy is doing so much on and off the football, right? Cunha is the guy who has been. You go back to the Liverpool game, he's holding up the football. Nobody can get the ball off of him. You go to today's game, he's dribbling past guys and flicking it through their legs and what's not, and having a good time, right? And even in previous games, the guy is just holding up the ball. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times where he could have been more less selfish, right? By the end of the day, the guy has been doing good for us. I think he just needed a goal or an assist to unlock even a more confident player, right? So Cunha definitely he will come even better for us. But then Mbeumo, I think is our top scorer right now, and I'm not surprised by what Mbeumo is doing. Right, I think there was a point in this season where we wanted to make sure Mbeumo and Ahmad were communicating well. There were a couple matches in the beginning of the season where Ahmad was like miscommunicating or running in the wrong place where Mbeumo was, and vice versa as well too, right? I want to say since maybe the game before maybe the Sunderland game, and then after the international break, these two guys have been communicating really well. So keep it up. And the last person I'll talk about is Sesko. The one thing I want from Sesko is a little bit more aggressiveness. He seems a bit too timid, right? I want to see a bit more aggressiveness, right? But when he's on the ball, he makes something happen, right? He got the assist yesterday Mbeumo yesterday, right? And then he was kind of part of Cunha getting his first goal as well too, right? So, yeah, I want to see more aggressiveness from Sesko. But I'm so far satisfied with these 7 or 8 games. As is 9 games. With these 9 games that I've gone so far, and the front three were looking decent so far. I won't get ahead of myself, but the guys doing well. As I mentioned earlier, they got 2 things I gotta mention about Bruno Fernandes, and that's rare coming from me, right? So
yeah, Lion, you with me?
Yeah.
All right, nice man. Audio song and proper too. All right.
That's
yes. I don't know if you hear the question. I want to get your thoughts on the signings, the summer signings, and from them, who exceeded the expectation.
Well, there's only one player, who's the goalkeeper. Because you know what Cunha could give, you know what Mbeumo could give. Sesko contributing also. I didn't expect too much from him because he's still young and he still had to get acclimatized to the Premier League. But Lamens given assurances in the back where we didn't have. And that also helped in the defense to be a little more solid. We still have work to do, yes. And I know it's just a couple of games, but just a simple catching the ball could help our defense, right? And you could see the fellas, and I'm glad when they see him, they're more confident in him to let him catch the ball, right? The previous game, Maguire didn't have to push him all the way to head it out because he come in and catching the ball. So that helping the team, it inspiring confidence in the team. And that was something that we were lacking. So yeah, Lamens is the man.
But Simeon, you think, and I mean, Phil and Lion share the same sentiment, yeah, and I guess, you know, the entire fan base, if not the most, you know, but you think that the standards or the expectation was so low that all this man had to do is catch. He ain't good because that free kick, he could have do better, eh? But we ain't going there. But that's it, the standards so that, you know, what we're looking at supposed to just be so basic of the expectation of a I don't even want to say a Man United player, but a normal goalkeeper, you know, because we really miss a trick with recruitment in terms of Onana and Bayern there, you know. So do you see it different in terms of who would have exceeded expectation?
Yeah, I mean, after that, you know, the trauma of Onana and Bayern there, I mean, we all, you know, after them two that first goal score, I mean, I was traumatized. I looked at Lamens and I hoped, you know, I was like, you know, how people start, you know, getting nervous and you start seeing that nervous energy, but you know, he was calm. I mean, even in second goal score, he was still calm. And I think seeing that calm me down, but at the same time, you know, we don't get that from other goalkeepers. Like it's only you know, Onana and Bayende thing for the last few years. You know, like most goalkeepers, you know, the top goalkeepers, they keep their wits about them after a goal score. You know, so yes, I'm happy we have him. You know, he looks like a good goalkeeper. But as far as, you know, being the most, you know, biggest upgrade, you know, I mean, he is the biggest upgrade considering that. But as far as surprising, you know, just talent, I have to go Mbumo. You know, I knew Mbumo was good, you know, but you see the levels rising with Mbumo ever since he got here. You know, when he first got here, he was kind of, you know, your coach said he wasn't in shape, you know, and he kind of built his fitness. I've seen him yesterday running, you know, in the 87th minute, you know, the pace, the power he ran with I was really impressed by that. The command he has of the team, you know, they linked up with Ahmad, the finishing. I mean, you know, I have to go and Bumo. I mean, I knew he was, you know, good, but he ain't really good till you do it, you know, in his shirt. You know, until you do it, you know, in his shirt at Old Trafford when, you know, things, you know, kind of going bad. That's what you want to see. That's why we brought him here. You know, when, you know, we think you know, the whispers start coming in and you get a true ball from, you know, a little dummy by Bruno, where are you going to put the ball? You know, somebody like Garnacho will try and, you know, to poke it, or the man put, you know, put in the roof, you know,
Yeah.
and the game was done, you know, and that is what you want to see from a United player. So yeah, I mean, I go with Mbumo. I think, you know, the levels that just keep rising every game. That's what I want to see. I hope it continues. Cunha definitely, you can see, you know, you can see talent there. It ain't no doubting that he's going to score more goals. But right now, I'm Mbumo.
Yeah. Kristen?
I agree with the goalkeeper because Onana and Bayender, they traumatized we. I mean, it had games we was winning 2-0 and like the FA Cup final, and a man just take a shot and Onana go to pick up the ball and roll in the goal and think, you have a keeper like that in your back line, your defense are not going to be shaky. So just look at it with Bayender and Onana in the goal. And we win 3 games for the first time We had lost our game since he come. And I mean, you know the quality and Mbumo and Cunha did, because when you look back, when you with Rashford also get real ball from Bruno and thing on the run and he train away. So you know them chances go to Mbumo, Cunha is goal. But the goalkeeping, I was saying from since before last season, if we still have Onana and them in the goal is you go have the same problems, how much you go score, we go and concede. So I think the goalkeeper signing was the one that gave me stability, but Mbumo is the signing of the season for me.
So
yeah,
far.
yeah. So far, yeah.
Yeah.
We just get some comments real quick, right? Dwayne saying here the best upgrade. I think I read this one already, right? Dion Cameron on the inside. Good night, thanks for joining. It's been a while, not because we start winning. Yeah, don't worry, Dion. We know you just be here, right? Been following on the sidelines. Good to win a few games. Better overall performances. Well said. Dwayne saying here, well said, Chef. All right. Darren on the inside, thanks for joining. He's saying he really hope this is the turning point for all we're all hoping for. We face so much disappointment, so this team deserves good results. A good run here could sanction top 4 hopes. We have beaten Brighton in like 7 games. We haven't, right? I think he meant in like 7 games. So we're turning a corner and we beat Liverpool at Anfield. All right. Eric on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Saying great weekend for us. So long may it continue. I'm just feeling sorry for Kobe and Zirks. It appears they're getting rusty with lack of game time. Yeah, but that was evident. All right.
I really see them could have got lucky yesterday. When I see them and all and get sweat, I say, God, right.
Now the play, but they're coming late.
Yeah, well, that and nothing is the same thing.
Aaron saying 55 days worth the wait. Nah, I ain't feel like I agree with that, everybody, but anyway, I hear you. Right. So I want to go on this, and this going in line with the point that Darian made, right? Based on what you've seen, I will start with you, Lion, right? Based on what you've seen versus Sunderland, Liverpool, and Brighton yesterday, right? Do you think we've turned a corner?
United traumatized me so much, Abai. So as I tell you last game, I tell you the game before when everybody was frustrated and balling. Why are you picking this one? Why are you picking this one? I am saying one day at a time. Right? I'm not going to say, yeah, we're gonna win the next one and we're going on a run. Nah, I'm not saying we turning any corner. I am still taking it one day at a time. We've been going through this for too long for me to get on a high horse.
I'm
right?
telling you. Not after
I enjoy the moment. I enjoy yesterday. Yes, that gone. And I'm speaking like Amarim. Right? Amarim saying we focus on the next game. We're not looking further than that. And that is my sentiments right now.
Yep.
Yeah, don't let re-manipulate with these questions.
Go to Chef.
No, I in the same boat. I just one game at a time. I ain't jumping out myself. I ain't getting overconfident. I just we still have we still conceding, and that's a concern for me. Some clumsy goals too. So as the coach and all talk about that, we had to keep up the intensity for 90 plus minutes. And but I want to say one thing quick. Yo, as Manchester United fans, I hope you all watching and listening and understand, because plenty times the media could really chain up us into thinking things a lot worse than they really is at times. We have to realize there's an obvious agenda against United. Then I sit down this morning listening to ESPN FC. Now, I don't really listen to them again at all, but it was on YouTube was on while I was working, and I was really talking about Liverpool. This Ims who play for Liverpool, the Totish old man. Tommy, I seen him.
Craig Burley.
Nah,
Yeah,
he
I
play for
know
Chelsea.
you're talking about. I know you're
Yeah.
talking about.
The only glasses.
Yeah. Tommy.
Steve is
Something, wherever, it don't matter. He's not important. But anyhow, yeah. And he was talking about how Slot, they asked him what he think about Liverpool playing now. And he basically said that how he don't know what to say again. But one thing is for certain, you can't put all the blame on the manager. The players had to take stock of themselves. I said, boy, hear this stinking mother, so and so now, boy. Boy, you the same man was killing off Amarin, and Amarin is the reason, and the coach at the end of the day, the buck stops with the manager. All of a sudden now you notice players had to take stock. Boy, them is MCS. So yeah.
And watch, and that is why Jim come out and say what he say to take pressure off the manager too.
I think that had a big thing in the confidence of the players, I think too.
Yeah, it did, because it basically telling you that he not going anywhere, even though it may have had something was lining up, but he basically take the pressure off the manager and the team there, right?
Yep.
So now we could focus on just playing with football, because it's every week. You know them 2 goals that score there yesterday. They would have question if Laman's that good.
Yeah, but they start to talk
if we was going through this, they would have talk all that too, but it take a certain pressure off of the club. So I was glad that Jim come and he say what he say.
I gotta say something about this whole media thing with either Manchester United or Chelsea or Liverpool, right? Social media is so diluted. People are saying in the last month or so that the reason why Alexander Isak is not scoring is because he needs to get accustomed to the league.
Yeah.
I turning off my microphone now.
Yeah.
No, and for Sefco, they say you can't be playing 83 million for a striker and you're waiting for him to score and thing. But Isak who playing 3 years in the Prem, they say he need time. No, but when you see the madness, it is.
Yeah. It is really. It don't see star major. Let me just put it that way. But it's so glaring, but you're not amazed because you just know that we hate it.
It's overly glaring.
Yeah, but we hate it. Don't never ignore it. And that just
but not only that, they're talking about Liverpool. Them players traumatized by the death of Jota. When they was winning, it had nothing to do with that all the time, right?
There was playing
but
for him.
If you look at last season, Liverpool still wasn't playing all that good enough. They was scraping through games, right? And now they come and
this at the start of the season, and we said that
Liverpool score important goals for them, and this fella was a good player too. Who got Bayern?
Diaz.
Diaz was a good player. That big loss for them.
But it wasn't playing all that good enough.
Look at the replacements. Look at the replacements, though. What you talking about? Big loss. Look at the get ready-made replacements. I'm not giving Liverpool no out ball because nobody don't give Manchester out.
Yeah, none.
No, I don't know out for them. I'm saying he was a good player for them.
And I am saying, I'm not saying that because nobody does give we that. Nobody does give we that grace to say, you know what, them is a big loss. No, Manchester does get jammed regardless of the situation. Liverpool had to take that and eat it.
Correct.
The microphone back on for another comment, and I can turn it back off. I like when the guy's talking. Remember when social media and Liverpool fans used to compare Virgil van Dijk to Vidic? Microphone back off. No, microphone back off.
Hey, but that's why I posted right through on my social media now. Because nearly all he goes Liverpool conceding and thing is he faulted him.
And he
And they blame him.
they're trying to play
He
it
blame him
off.
Turkey.
Turkish, yeah. Boy, he is food, boy. He is food.
The Community Shield. Van Dijk gave away the 2 goals, right? When they lost. And you know what he said? We need the striker to do better. That was his comment and he gave away the 2 goals when Crystal Palace beat them. And they went and signed 2 strikers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not for Liverpool, right? Let me just get some comments real quick here, guys, and then we'll move on, right? Where am I? Right, so Everson saying here, fellas, look, sure, resurgence need to be celebrated. Man staying fit. He really helped.
Big watery soups to that.
I don't know what to say about Shona, but I already know.
You telling me? I had nothing to say to that, no?
You know, Mickey on the inside, blessed night to you, man. Thanks for joining. Saying congratulations on the win. I humbly apologize if I ever said anything bad about Harry. All right, hope the wins can continue. I'll get back accustomed to the air up here. Leon saying here, don't worry, turn the corner. Don't want to say turn a corner as yet, one game at a time, but I'm heartened by the overall performance and effort from the team. Team spirit seems to be improving, which of course comes with winning, gaining confidence one game at a time. Yeah. Mickey liking that jersey by Phil, right?
Thundercats.
Yeah. Eric saying here, so we still want Baleba or not?
That's a good question.
Listen, I can make a quick comment to this one. Dan, if people don't believe footballers don't be listening and footballers don't have ego, partner, you see yesterday, Casemiro showed me something yesterday that men that's be listening. That man's 0 in on Baliba yesterday, boy. I was like, but what going on with Casemiro today? Nah, Casemiro did come out to show who is the better player yesterday. Baliba look horrible.
No, but I was saying this from the beginning when the partisan thing. Casemiro is one of the most important players on this team right now. It had a stat I see. United conceded 19 goals, and only 3 was when Casemiro was on the pitch. That other 16 goals scored when Casemiro wasn't on the pitch. And you see yesterday when he came off, how Brighton took over the game until Amorim bring back on Ugarte. Casemiro is he played very good.
But let me just say something on that. It's something I observed, and it's because of a comment that Amorim made. When Amorim playing them 2 midfielders, he does expect the both players to be mobile. Now, he realized the qualities that Casemiro does offer, but he also noted that Casemiro is slow. So he does always tell Casemiro, don't push up as high all the time. And if you pushing up, then somebody is either one of the defenders had to push in or Bruno had to cover. So he doesn't require from Casemiro what he would require if Ugarte was there or if Kobe was there. Right? So he allowing Casemiro to play a bit in Casemiro comfort to get the best out of him. Right? When Casemiro come off the field, for me it seems as though the plan does adjust and he does require more or different things of the midfielders we bring on. And I think that is why the team is look different. Right? And right now, I disagree with Nakmo Chef saying Casemiro playing on a different kind of battery. Casemiro must be looking at the World Cup, as Nico was saying. Casemiro see World Cup and say, yeah, what's going on? I had to make that Brazil team in my last World Cup. You dig? So all kudos to Casemiro and Christian. You're right. It did call, Casemiro important in the team in the earlies. But I believe that when Casemiro's on the field, the game plan is a bit different to when he's not there.
Agreed.
No, but I think it also down to him being world class and intelligent, because you say he not pushing up, right? But it had 2 instances where Casemiro made a good run and Cunha set him into the box, and one he crossed it in and one he shoot. So you can't say he pushing up. Even when he gave the assist to Cunha, he was on the opponent line and
I
So I
think it's because
of his intelligence as a midfielder. he know when to go up and when not to go up.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
he
there'll
has
always be
to-
moments for you to
Exactly.
choose as a player
Exactly.
where if you
Exactly.
go up or not. You had to be able to choose that. Choose those moments.
And as I
Alright?
was saying, is when he go, he had to have coverage, whether it's the centre back pushing up for him or Bruno dropping in a little bit. You understand?
I got a question. Let's fast forward to next year summer transfer window. Let's say Casemiro has a really good season for us.
No, we're not keeping him.
Okay, perfect.
No,
That's-
we're not. I'm saying we doing right now. We need a younger Casemiro basically.
And this, it come back to this question here. So we still want Balabao, and I say yes. You understand?
Yeah.
I say
That's a tricky.
What we see it,
Not for
That's a
100
tricky
mil, Arif.
question.
Not for 100 mil.
No, not for 100 mil, definitely.
Oh no.
But what we see
That
here-
done.
Labour has not
what
been
we
good.
see here
Labour has not
is
been
a
good this
Balaba-
season. Labour is about a good
Balaba
70
that
mil.
have been- who had get turned and he had not focused because he's studying that man United move that.
Yeah, that is a bad thing though.
No, but it happened to plenty players. We see that happen to Lion.
No, but
happened to-
still,
No,
you're
but that's
supposed
not
to be
good. That's not-
performing in the team you're in.
You're supposed to be performing still. I ain't
You're
taking that at
you're
that.
The point
supposed
I'm
to.
making, yes,
You're supposed to
but earlier-
play still for your transfer.
Yep.
You can't say a head turn. Because if an incident happen at United now, and your head turn again, say you wanted to go Real Madrid and you come United, your head go turn again and you wouldn't play for United. Nah. You had to
No,
play a
why
game,
say-
you had to
why
play.
say? No, means
No, but it have plenty good midfielders in the Prem too.
That's not Christian. The point I'm making is this, right? We know how Brighton does value their players, especially if a player performing at optimum level, right? So who is to say that? Because when you check it, the man's still starting every game. You understand? Which means
But you can pull off every game too.
You can pull off.
But he's still starting every game. Yeah, understand that dynamic there, Lion. He's still starting, and it's not for a lack of options. Brighton have good midfielders. So the point
Why do you think they're starting him, Rim?
no, but the point is, right? If this man perform at that optimum level, Brighton could price him out of a move again.
No, but why do you think they're starting him?
Well, you tell me.
Because they're still trying to sell him for a high price and he's not performing. So they're taking him off every game.
To say he's not performing, I think is an unfair judgment, right?
How you mean he not looking good? He not looking like the Balaba we know?
Balaba has not good this season.
What I'm saying is you have been watching all our Brighton games.
I watch a couple of the games
Most of them,
and
yes.
he get them pull off because
you see what they're doing, right? Is all they're saying that there's the fella that Man United want, so he's supposed to have a blinder every game.
Reem, don't put words in my mouth. Reem, do not put words in our mouth. We never said that. We are simply saying he has not looked good this season.
Yeah, but Reem, I want to ask a question. I want to ask.
When you look at how Balaba was playing last season, at the start of the season, Balaba wasn't balling out the way how we expected him to ball out. You understand? He grew into his role. As some players take long to grow in a season. You understand what I'm saying? But then the added microscope on him because he was a target of Man United, changing the whole dynamic and the whole point of view of the player. So once we're looking at Balaba now and expecting this top tier player every game, full 90. And that has not been the case for Balaba even throughout last season.
No, but I think he only had one good season in the Prem so far. This you can't for consistency. You had to judge him on this one. So
so by this,
I wanted him. The microscope on everything he's doing, and this is the kind of thing that has happened when you're linked with Man U, you're playing for Man U. It has been different. I am seeing qualities in Baleba that I know if we bring him here, he will be a very, very good heir to Casemiro.
But nobody not saying don't go for him. We just saying
you have to play for your pick.
You have to play for
your pick. You have to play to get more.
One of the metrics you get measured on is consistency. And
Watch-
you had one
I think
good
what everybody-
season.
Let me give the example of Caicedo. Caicedo was supposed to go in January window or something like that, right? It had money on the table for him. Caicedo hold out, he signed a new deal. He play football and he get him move. You have to play for your move. You can't say, oh, that's a poor excuse. He's a professional footballer. You can't say a head turn. So I'm not playing the way because I want to go Manchester United. You's a baby.
To me, then that's telling me that you're mentally soft.
But here's the thing, right?
That's all.
I can think on a little positive note here, right? If Baleba surrounds himself with the likes of Mbeumo and Ahmad, who are all from the same continent of Africa, I personally think that this guy would do well for us. That's just me.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. No, but even in yesterday's game to Yakarasi, he looked good in some moments. He take on with 3 midfielders and make a run. You see the quality. It's just I not pay no 100 million for a player that.
And that's where that's where all of us agree, because at the end of the day, as Christian said, he only had one good season in the Prem so far.
That's right.
You're judging him on this season as well, too, right? Because we
have to.
Exactly. So if the man does not have a great season, he did last season, this season, you got to slash that 100 mil. You have to. Or else
we need ready-made players too, man. We need ready-made players.
And also have good options in the Prem. I was watching the Brentford game. I say I hate watching we rivals. And this fella Damsgaard is a quality midfielder. And I say this man's look at it 40 and this man's only 25 years old.
Remember I talk about Reem. Remember I talk about Damsgaard.
If you see that pass he picked
a big player.
And this next fella to play on the wing, Shah, whatever it's called him. Good player too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but if you see that pass Damsgaard pick out he with Van Dijk could not, even if he was close, he could not catch him.
I find they need to test all the Brentford players, because I never see a team for 90 minutes. Jesus Christ!
Fellas run like they're on drugs, man.
You only watch how them had Liverpool yesterday for 90 minutes.
Liverpool can not even play their game at all. Like every chance was Brentford.
That'll test them.
Let me just continue with the comments, fellas, right?
Yeah.
Saying here, guys, also factor this is a World Cup year. Players step up their game. Yeah.
They're supposed
Another
to.
thing.
Yeah. Dion saying here for about 20 million tops.
We get 20 million, bring him now, one time. Bring him one time.
60 million.
It's going to be about 50. It reached about 60, 50.
Everson saying here, Manchester United fans are the most fickle fans this season. Even before our 3-game win streak, we were playing some of our better football in a good while. Yet we were calling for the coach's head. Man, stop be a sheep and think. Clearly, there's an anti-United.
All right.
Stop get caught up and trust the coach.
Yeah.
But that's what we say.
When I dock your boy.
So I think before we get to this next comment, I think with Jim Radcliffe announcing the man here for the next 3 years, it shows you that the players are now more indispensable than the coach. So that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, I agree.
You can't show your hand as a owner.
Yeah.
You know,
go ahead.
I mean, people keep. I know. Yeah, we've been playing. I mean, better football, as they say, but you have to be cautious when you say, we fickle. We get beat back. Me and Kareem still getting updates on Grimsby football. Why? So I mean, yeah, we fickle. You get beat by Grimsby, a pub team in the first round. You have to be fickle. Yeah, we see football might be better here and there, but we've seen that before. Who had a good run? Ten Hag had a nice run in football, got a little bit better. We have runs. I mean, we've seen this before, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
that's
can
why
go.
that's
Yes.
why Iron Lion keep on saying one game at a time.
Yeah.
No, but
I
you
like
see, and
Amarim.
the thing, you have to allow fans to be free to express how they feel without going to the extreme.
Agreed.
Because when we win in games, you tend to criticize those who being negative, but they have reason. If as Simeon said, it have reason to be where a lot of the fans are in terms of doubt. So it's hard. We have to strike the balance. We can't just be Amarim in whether he sink or twist. We can't be Amarim out and not give the man time to do what he doing. Because we have to remember this is not Amarim's first season. Amarim has been here for under a year, so we have a lot of history with the manager and we're trying to do. So when a man have an opinion, the manager is being paid millions of dollars to convince the fans and the owners that he's the right man for the job. And he's being judged on a daily basis. And he does always say it, he had a win time. So when fans no, but what's saying line is when fans, still kind of guarded like you, one game at a time. On that Fergie, you ain't talking that, you talking about winning the league. You know what I'm saying?
But I forget.
No, but the point I'm making is the reason why you're saying that is because Fergie prove it. Right? That's why I say that. I'm really proving up until we are here.
And that's the problem with some of us. We still living under Fergie.
No, you're
and we expectations. We expectations. No, I'm just saying. It are some fans still living under this Fergie thing. There had to be a point when we lower our expectations and go through a certain fire with our manager and come out at it. It had to have a point because then we'd have continue firing managers, and the club was at a sad state where we used to be signing players for signing players' sake, not because the players fitting in the team, right? Now you might see a little difference where the players fitting in, but before we signing Di Maria available, yeah, let we go and sign him like it's FIFA.
We never even wanted to come
United
here.
was about. United used to bring players based on Schweinsteiger. He should have never signed for United players like that. He had to sign players for the vision of the club. And if this is the way with Mbomo, Sesko, Cunha, and the keeper, so far, this is how it's supposed to be. But even if we sack Amarim, we could move forward.
Right, and that's the point I'm making. We can't just blindly, because we don't want to be sacking managers or we want to get managers, we can't just be hell-bent and head-on giving a manager time. He had to earn the time. And
no, you have to earn it.
And that's why
he has to. He has to earn the time, yes. He has to earn the time. But if you listen to it, a certain podcast I just listen to with a lot of informed people. They weren't looking at last season at all. They didn't care about last season.
You have to look at last season.
No, they did not, because of how the state of the team was, right? There was not counting last season. From what I understand,
and focus on Europa and things. So some of them games he lost. He played Chido and young players and things.
And listen good. This is why Jim come out and say what he say. Right?
Lion, we have to hear what you're saying. We have to look at angles too, because remember that Ineos appointment as a manager, like their first appointment, so they had to back the decision. So it could have a lot of
right, of course, yes.
Correct. Okay, go ahead.
I will point you to some stuff though. You're gonna see what I'm telling you.
No, me and you're saying, but what I'm saying is you can't just criticize fans who, yes, I agree that we have to move out of the Fergie, cloud, and we can't feel we entitled, yada yada. But at the same time, I don't have to get relegated, you understand, to rebuild. And that's the point I'm making.
No. No, we can't. I mean, if it's going in that direction, you had to go.
We could have relegated last season if them two bottom teams wasn't that bad. And that's the point I'm making. Right? Similarly, you wanted to make a point?
No, I mean, you look at, we win a game, and winning games like that, is why we bought Mbeumo, Sesko, and Cunha. Because it might take a time for the team and all that to gel and stuff, but you need them for us up there to score goals when they get chances. And but when you look behind that, you still have Bruno, who played a good offensive game, but when it was time to defend, he was all over the place. We still have Dallo back there. Midfield, say what you want about Casemiro, when we out of possession, and running back the other way, we still have many issues in this club that, still needs to be fixed. So we go enjoy the wins. Just what this team is built to play, to score goals and just be solid enough at the back. We go enjoy that, we go win some games, and we won't get relegated. We might even make, a Europe spot next year. But there's so much in the team that still needs to be fixed. There's so much things that needs to be fixed.
Of course.
So we can't be, can't be blind to that.
I want to say something with
Of course, the team have fixing to do. Of course. And January is an important window.
My thing is this here now. Are United fans still living under Fergie? I don't think so, but it's more of like, if you supported United under Fergie, you kind of know the expectations from the players. Fergie set the example not only for Manchester United fans, but for any fan, right? This is what I expect from this team. This is what I expect from certain players, and then this is what you expect from me as a manager, right? So I don't think most United fans are living under Fergie. Is like, you know what? The bar is set so high, right? And if you have expectations from certain players and certain teams, and from the managers, the coach, the backroom staff, whatever, right? You expect the club to adhere and the players to adhere to those expectations, right? So at the end of the day, we can say this about Amorim and what's not right, but Amorim, like you guys said, or some of you guys said, has to earn his time here, right? Last season was an absolute disaster, right? And to answer a question you asked before, are we turning the corner? I would say we're peeking around it. We're just looking to see what's going on, right? We're peeking around the corner. We are the person that is going to the store. We're picking up the orange juice. We're putting it back down. We're picking up the orange juice and putting it back down. We ain't getting the line yet, but we're just looking at the orange juice. Say, should I buy this? Should I really, really buy this? But then, let me say we win a good 5-7 games in a row. We're picking up the orange juice and we're going to the line. And we're cashing out. That's what I would say.
No, but okay, so what I have to say is when the season starts, right? I keep telling him, like, we had the hardest fixtures, right? Compared to everybody else. We play most of the top sides, right? And against Arsenal, we was pretty good. It was a keeper mistake that caused it to lose that game. And then the Fulham game, Cunha missed 2 clear-cut chances, and we end up drawing that game. Bruno missed a penalty, right? And everybody just see it as a loss. But I was telling him, when you look at these stats, right, we was creating more chances than last season. We expected goals was the highest, and the amount of goals we supposed to score, we was underperforming. And I telling him, once Cunha and them start to score, we go look better. And this is hindsight, but if Bruno had scored them 2 penalties, we might be the closest person to Arsenal on the table. And it's them games we lost, and then we complain and say the manager to come out and kind of, but he start off with the hardest set of fixtures. I remember when I see the starting fixtures, I was like, how much games from watching him last season, I say he might get sacked before we even reach October, the amount of hard games we had to play. Because everybody would have said, we wouldn't sack him, you understand? But it was real hard fixtures.
Yeah. You make a good point there, Kristen. But I guess, in truth and in fact, that is just how the game is, The game is, if you don't finish your chances, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
And that is it, Reem.
Yeah,
It's about, we do always talk that is about margins. The difference is we actually, for the last couple of games, is we actually finishing chances. And that is something that has been plaguing Manchester United.
They've been suffering for years.
For years.
I was exactly, and I'm not going to say that, Christian, because I was watching a compilation, and the kind of chances Garnacho used to throw away earlier.
No, one thing I give him, he was to make good runs, and he fast, and Bruno was a fine, but this man was a miss easy chance, and that cost me games. And then the argument men want to be is, well, he's a young player. Dog, that is a shit argument.
The academy.
That's a shit argument. What I was to say,
when they go,
if he was more clinical, if Garnacho was more clinical, he could be a dangerous player because he was making the runs and catching the offside, and he trained away.
But every Manchester United fan has said that. Anytime Garnacho, but we don't have time for that.
Yeah, and not only that, Chef. If Garnacho was humble,
exactly. That's what makes it worse. They say he going up on the internet. My thinking when it comes to Garnacho. So I don't even want to talk about that ass at all. So yeah.
But Chef, it's funny. Like I was laughing. I was in a good mood all day, and then I was laughing because I know a lot of Chelsea fans, but I see a clip on Instagram. A man say the man must Garnacho score a goal, and I'm at Chelsea fans, and they're still mad at Garnacho. They still don't like Garnacho. They watch that man and say, "Nah."
You watch the game yesterday.
They said, "Nah." They don't want Garnacho. They don't want
Garnacho score. Garnacho did nothing else for that whole game, Nothing,
But Chef is not only he. João Pedro play real nonsense.
But here's the thing. João Pedro still have money in the bank because he still have credit because of how he started the season, and he delivered them at finals a couple of months ago. Garnacho come there with a cloud, You demand you want to go there, because in your mind, use the next coming of Ronaldo. Boy, he gets nothing, dog.
How he squats it down? Nobody come to sit down with him.
Nah. So the conversation going real good there, but I really want to just point out some stuff here that happened yesterday. And it's I know we touched on it, but at some point, you really had to question. You had to take things to court earlier because it's too glaring, right? And I want to put one on the screen for you to watch.
Any penalty?
Yeah.
Stonewall? I can't see.
What's that? How that was not a penalty, right?
Dan. That man didn't play at that ball yet,
It's not to say
he got slight touch at the ball, and that's why I didn't give it. But that's craziness.
Touch?
But that's a terrible.
That's a terrible non-call.
Decision.
But what I ever say about the goal they score too? That foul happened way off the. What will that foul happen and Welbeck hit it? What will Welbeck hit the free kick from?
Was the foul on Mbomo a foul too?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
That's had one when the player run across them and pull them down.
Like WWE.
No, it is a foul. It would not be a pen. It happened outside the box.
It would have been on the No.
I didn't get to see it over.
The senator, if that would have been on the line, and on the line is a penalty.
No, I remember they said that's why VAR. That's why I didn't go to VAR. They said it was a foul, but it was outside the box. That's why VAR. That's why VAR didn't stop play and say that pen. It happened out. It's slightly outside the box.
This week.
Else they say it was a foul, but it was
we didn't get to see it again. We didn't get to see it again.
No, but they did say it was a foul, but it happened outside the box. Else VAR would have intervened.
But it should have still be a foul.
No, but remember, they don't call back VAR for a free kick. It's only if a pen.
No, but just
then VAR will intervene.
they poor officiating.
Yeah, the official.
It's real questionable.
It's ridiculously questionable now.
I don't know if you all noticed, if you all saw as well, see when he came on, he was running across the face of the goal and the man get kicked. It was so blatant. It was glaring. And the referee and didn't give it. You understand? So what these players have to do to get to
But
get
Anthony Taylor, he don't like United. He does always be like that.
But you know what I'm glad about? We finishing with chances. So these things we got to come and be like, if we did do this, we did do that.
Yes.
Finish all their chances. Forget the referee.
When you get your chances, finish them.
I can bring two situations into the because at the end of the day, I think I'm one of those that is one of Bruno's like biggest critics, right? So I'm gonna give, and I think over the many years we've been on this podcast, if we criticize a player, we sometimes then give Jack his jacket, right? We did it with Harry Maguire, and there's like a good 3 or 4 players that we thought were shit, but then we gave them the jacket, right? So 2 instances where I thought Bruno did well. Let's go back to the Liverpool game where, remember when Mbeumo took the shot and it got ricocheted out to Bruno, and the Liverpool defense was looking to go back out. When Bruno
hit it one time,
Bruno hit it one time, they weren't expecting that, and it led to a goal.
Quality.
I think today for the dummy to Mbeumo. Not today, yesterday. The dummy went
yesterday.
And got the assist.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
no, but they show you back now. They talk about that goal, right? They show you Bruno look back and see where Mbeumo was and turn. And when the ball come, he just leave it in there.
Yeah, he just leave it.
Yeah,
So, I mean, those are 2 instances where
that is a football. You had to awareness.
Yeah,
everything about that play.
Football IQ good. It's good.
I can say
everything about that play was good.
Something now, boy, Chef. I can say something now. I think on the podcast, you and I agree on a lot of things most of the time, right? But I gotta give a little. And I'm a bigger hater of this guy than you, but I gotta give Luke Shaw a little credit. A little credit. You know how many times I've come on this podcast and say bun Luke Shaw? And Chef knows, you know how many times I come on this podcast and say bun Luke Shaw, sell this guy. But the idiot has been playing good for the last 2 games, boy. He has been.
No, one thing I had to say about Amorim too, they show a stat. Eric Ten Hag had 65 injuries. Since Amorim come, we only had 9 injuries. What the difference? Something whereby they doing training to keep men fit and thing, whereby they giving them to eat and thing, it improved from on that and that.
It's recovery time too. It's recovery time, yeah. No, but one thing. No, but
nothing could be that.
No, but last season we played plenty games last season, and it wasn't much injuries.
But that's the point. They had no right to get injured. Men get injury in practice.
No, but
injury in practice.
No, but Amorim take over last season for the majority of the season, and compared to Ten Hag, which was 60-something injury, it get less.
I ain't giving you that one. I ain't giving you that. I ain't giving you that
also, they don't train the players that hard when they had a game.
That's it.
Ten Hag used to be having them running next day after they finish a game.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So you have to give them
a lot of players used to get
injured.
I think the times we heard about the reports after a game the Royal had us when we get beat up real bad. I don't think it was something that was like regular, you know, because
I think it was regular.
Good had to prevail too, you know, Lions. So I mean, I go more lean to believe the ones that would have followed after a real poor performance. But I mean, if you hear facts, I have a hand.
But he don't have much sense. So come on.
But right now the meme is Ten Hag on that slot master for Liverpool.
Let's stay so for the rest of the season, right? But fellas, we want to be, you know, optimistic and positive about where the team, you know, is on the potential to where we heading. But let me do Let me do create shit, right? So that thing about injuries and thing, Kristen, we had to put everything in context, proper context, right? One game a week. One game a week.
Yeah, one game a week.
If Shaw getting injured and with one game a week, then brother, something go, yeah. Well, Phil said, yeah, that, right?
And to add to what Reem just said, I taken a page out of Phil's book when we talk about Casemiro. You keeping Shaw at the end of the season?
Nope. Nah, he had to go, man.
I hope he ball out the whole season. Because he had a contract and I want to sell him.
But he here till 2028 or something, so check it out.
No, Daidalo.
No, I think Shaw to sign a deal.
The only person I think they should trigger the extension is Maguire. If we being honest.
Nah, he don't have no extension.
I swear,
no, he have the option to extend for 1 more year. The same as Casemiro.
Men go say he's a real hitter. So I ain't go fight Maguire right now.
Nah, but forget performance. I think like if I just follow like most of the players on social media, I think like Eden Heaven, and he does real like guide them and think now, but you need that in
a lot of them look up to Harry Maguire. Yeah, that is man.
No, but just think about it. If this man can go through all that and turn it around, right?
Sorry, but all right.
No, but Kristen has a good point to make. You know, you have to have leaders, you have to have people with experience.
No, Harry, dog, you can't fight Harry right now.
Nah, Harry's a good one.
You can't. So if Harry get he extension, I can't even say. You know, because based on the end of last season into this season, Harry has been, and Harry does get you, besides the defending, because at the end of the day, yes, you're giving me the little goals, but you're still a defender. Mm-hmm. And if you're doing that part of your work good, I can't fight you.
Yeah. All I say is if we can't keep Casemiro, Shaw, Maguire.
Nah. Not if we want to go forward.
Yeah, it's only so much spit on the field we could take from a Shaw. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I, as Phil said, I hope he continue to perform.
Yes, how much time Shaw spit like? Shaw is spitting.
More spit than dribbles, you know.
No, but hey, everyone look at that game yesterday. Cunha, and the game before Cunha wasn't tracking back. It had 2 times where Dalot went up and we lost the ball, and Cunha was the man making the tackle. And he gave away a corner and prevent the cross, and then Cunha, because Mbembe was doing that on the right hand side, but Cunha wasn't doing that on the left, and he's starting to do that now.
Yeah,
confidence, balance, fitness, everything.
And I think that goal was very important for him. You know, it could kind of settle him a little bit now.
Yeah.
You know? Let me just get some comments real quick here, fellas. Right? Eric saying here, they're calling Van Dijk just Chris Small with ponytail. Right? Everson saying here, other wickedest, the man's been very solid in the back. Luke.
Has he been very solid whole season, Everson? All you're blind now. But he been very...
Once Martinez come back, Luke Shaw gonna be playing.
That's why I chose my words correctly. I said the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, Martinez is the ideal center back for that.
Luke Shaw was playing a bag of shit to start the season. What are you talking about?
He played good against Sunderland too. He had a good game against Sunderland.
Well, the fact that all you could pick out when he played good shows you something.
Yeah.
To shit himself.
Javid saying here, Baleba coming off changed the game as I expected. He has lost form after the failed move and maybe conflicted playing against United. It looks so. Right?
Done. He conflicted playing. All you think is Chicky Pet Sour. But he conflicted.
We beat Baleba already. Let me move on now, right? We beat Baleba, right?
Please.
J Buzz Sports Media on the inside.
Oh, yes.
3 in a row, not getting carried away, game by game. Thoughts on Sesko, forget Baleba, get Wharton or Stiller. Right?
Sesko needs to be more efficient.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
If
That's it.
you get water,
That
That's
chance, and Bumo gets Sesko. You had to pull it up. You had to
Simeon
pull it up.
correct. Simeon
yeah, he was
correct,
supposed to
bro.
score.
Bro, you had to score them thing.
You could have cut back
Yeah,
money
that's
right
what
there as well. Too.
No,
You had to
because
score them thing.
you see, we're talking about being clinical, right? And taking
Yes.
chances.
Yes.
You can't remember that one, Kristen?
That the one where Bruno do the chop and catch everybody and give him and Mbemo give him the shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the score.
You had to score that.
I
Yeah,
was saying that Marimbo get manager the month, right? Because in October he went and he played 3 good teams, right? Mbemo going to get player the month too because he scored plenty and he assists. And I was saying if Sesko scored a goal, he was getting goal at the month too. That was a real good build up, and he missed.
Yeah.
Hey,
When I
Christian
see
say
miss
all
that, I
that
say
to say about Sesko, you know. Christian say all that to say about Sesko, you know. Christian is saddest.
No, I
When I
remember.
see-
No, actually, I remember that. I remember that opportunity. That would have been goal at the month.
Because
He
dog,
have to
when I see
no,
when I
because
see
we keep
P
on talking
miss
about
that,
yes,
I say
dog. It's
Xerxes could
about
do the same thing.
margins. Manchester
Xerxes
has
could do
been
what he does
losing
now.
games. Manchester has been
You're
losing,
right,
drawing games
That's right.
on simple
right.
margins, dog. And when you get them chances, but dog, you had to pull it because you see the next two, Bored and the Brazilian, when them get the chances, they're gonna put it.
Now, but remember,
Yeah.
it's about a trick to it. At that time, we win it and Bruno give him and he shoot and hit post, and I feel he just score that.
But he scored too.
Sesko even hit the target. That's what I'm talking about.
That is it.
Xerxes doing the same thing Mboma doing, huh?
Sesko, you mean?
What? No, I'm saying Xerxes. Sorry, Sesko, but with a little more flair. Yeah, more flair.
And I think when Xerxes came on, he didn't have a bad cameo. You could have just seen that he.
But Xerxes get a chance too.
He needs to play.
Yes,
that goal was Xerxes one and a second goal. You can now come on and go to the corner, your hand in his blowing, and he might take the free kick and then you rush to head of the ball. You now come on. I get that pissed me off. He's supposed to stop that header.
Kristen, you play football. Come on. When a man not playing football, he don't have match sharpness and match fitness. You see how much grafting the striker has had to do in that team? Since Xerxes come on, he didn't stop running in him. So
I know, but you know, come on,
man, he's not a human being.
But Reem, at the same time, and I'm not disagreeing with you. You did make a good point, but at the same time, you had to switch on one time, eh? You can't switch
exactly.
on.
He had on his knees and he blowing.
No. I agree that he switched off, but don't tell me he looking tired because
No.
a man grafting. We had all we play the game.
He wasn't tired when he was whining for crop over. He go get tired just so. Yeah.
No, my point is Bruno and Mbemo played that whole game, and even in the 80th minute, Mbemo running. Anytime they hit that ball, he running it. And I'm not saying Xerxes come on and run too, but you know, come on.
Xerxes switch off. And
then it had plenty times. Mbemo and Bruno was on the knees to their partner.
They'll be tired, yeah.
Why we doing that for?
Just tired.
No, but I'm saying Xerxes, you can't now come on and your hand on your knee and your bend down blowing so man.
But Kristen, you know what your first win, right? When you're playing football, you come on, you have to catch up with
your first win.
But Kareem, like that point you're making, I mean, like I know getting kind of late, and we gotta wrap it up, but like it's gonna be hard for players like Menu, Xerxes, who else that don't get time to play their you can't play away.
So they had to switch on one time.
Yeah.
Because we so bad for so long. You know, we can't trust we can't trust our first team most of the time, you know, to get you a lead to come in and play. It was lucky yesterday, man, having a 5 year sweat. You know, and even, you know, we out of the Carabao Cup, so we have the cup, so it's gonna be hard for them for us to come in and play their way in. So I don't know what's gonna happen in January for these fellas, but And the way Amarim have his favorite sneak. I mean, the guys in front do it well enough. But in the back, I mean, you have Dallo, you have Bruno, who never get. I mean, it's very whoever comes into this team has to be ready right away because the team ain't good enough to carry anybody playing
Let me just
in.
put this point here, right? And I think me and Christian was talking about this yesterday, right? You see, sometimes I feel as though the manager substitutions does affect the team, because, like, for instance, you take off Ahmad, right? Just to keep Dallo on the field. Now, when you had Ahmad there, you had the Kali Uglu fella from the wing back. When Ahmad was there, he had to think about Ahmad and Mbumo. When you take off Ahmad, he don't have to worry about Ahmad again. Dallo, because Dallo not gaining what Ahmad gaining. So he's had to play and push higher. I don't know if I see that, So that
Of course.
Yeah, that's when he got his shot.
No, but most of the chances come on the right.
But let me just finish the point because I'm going to that too, Christian. I'm going to that too. You bring on Dogu, right? You didn't need. I don't think you had needed to do that now, boy. Yeah, so because Dogu proved when he coming on, he not giving you that now, boy. So perhaps just leave Ahmad and Dallo. All right, last game Ahmad was on a yellow, so probably I was to protect him. I could accept that, but this game, did you need to take off Ahmad?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
To bring on Dogu.
No.
He explained why he took off Shaw because Shaw wasn't well, whatever. So I could understand it having some.
Typical Shaw.
It changed up the team so much that it mashed up the chemistry, it mashed up the structure, it mashed up how we was dominating the game.
Yeah, the cohesion.
And then now you're blaming the new players that come in that don't get minutes. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the manager has to be a little more mindful as to why you're subbing players.
I find it as real interfere with our defense, boy.
Yeah, and Dallo don't ever, and I promise you, if Maguire was there today, Euro was coming off. You don't have. Why are you doing that for?
He also has to give man minutes too, eh? He also has to give man minutes too.
All right, I understand you have to give me, but Dallo alone playing right through.
No, but who go on the right back? That's the thing. Who go on the right back? You have a left back.
Yeah, Ahmad was there. That's what I'm saying. You didn't have to.
Ahmad was playing there. That's what he's saying. Ahmad was
I understand what you're saying. But the thing is, Dallo didn't play bad when he went on the right, eh? The chances they get was on the left. On Dogu. But I understand what you're saying. I just take off Dallo instead of
take off Ahmad. Why take it off Ahmad worked against us?
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Especially when the attack was working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your best form of defense is what? Not offense?
Yeah, man. And we keep saying it at times. Amarin does buy trouble.
Yeah. Let me just get through the comments real quick, bros, and we go to wrap it, right?
Yeah, man.
J Buzz saying here, watch Caicedo scenario got better even though before he was linked to Chelsea and Liverpool, Baleba has to lock in now. I think Lionel.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Jody saying here, Reem trust the coach. Right? But Reem Salford was under the same pressure when he first came to the club. All right. I guess there's Reem. How can you look at last season? All last season was about the Europa League. The man got one proper transfer window and look at his buys. Something hang bang all is hitting the bullseye. Right? I guess all the signings. Yeah, give the man at least till the end of the season before you cast aspiration. All right. The lit appreciation, please. 90 million. Yeah. The little.
Yeah, boy. Yes, boy.
So if it's one player outside Luke Shaw, I can't stand. But I will give he just due is Dillit.
Nah, he real player.
I was waiting. This was the one I wasn't finishing the podcast before bigging up Dillit. Because all you know I can't stand him. But
I honestly was scared of him, but he real player.
He said he started to catch the Ajax days now.
No, but
Yeah.
he's one of the reasons too Maguire looking good because all the time Maguire didn't have a good centre back partner when you're looking at it was in the loft. That's why Maguire looking better too now because he played with Dillard. I find Dillard playing good and that kind of improve Maguire again.
When you play with good players, you always look better, huh?
Yeah, because when you look at Maguire
The
for England with
poster is
Stones, you
again.
look real good.
Yeah.
And when he come on you, it
What's that comment?
Hey, Jody like to chuck fire in her. Jody, you really like to chuck fire.
Marshall with the afro, boy.
Anyway, so fellas, we want to wrap it. We want to look at Forest. You know, how confident are you feeling about this game to go 4 on the bounce? Let me just get Amram comment on it. And I thought it was noteworthy. So let me just put it up, right? Amram comments at excellent. So, you know, he said we need to prepare for Forest because if you look at the table, 2 weeks can change everything. He said 1 week can change everything. We need to work really hard to prepare for next week. And the reason why I put the comment is because we're seeing how 3 wins on the bounce and where we are on the table now. We 2 points or a point off 4th place or something like that. Correct me
We're
if I'm
6
wrong.
points behind Arsenal.
yeah.
So if we were to win, next week, you know, we could really be shouting for you know a Champions League automatic berth. Go through, fellas. What's on next week? How they're feeling? All the confidence we could go 4 on the box.
3-1 United.
Don't give it no 1 day at a time, Lion.
3-1 United.
Cut it down that Forest. We cut it down that Forest.
This is one side. I think I have a little more confidence in beating because for us, I want to see Maranaka sit down there on the phone looking for our next manager. This stupid son.
With the greedy self.
What's that, man?
3-1 United.
That man I get back that man keep Ange's jacket and he in his stands and his jacket is AP in there. Now we get that man in that man even give Ange his jacket in there.
Simeon?
No, I think, you know, the scoring of goals. I think this team is built to score goals. We're scoring goals now. For every goal they score, we could probably respond back. So I like our chances in this game. You know,
me too.
Goalkeeper solid, you know, set pieces look a little better. You know, yeah, I like our chances.
And Forest coming with them long throw on them.
Yeah, because you see their coaches.
Phil?
The man say set pieces are vogue.
Yeah.
Could our coach Arsenal?
Same thing I said after the Liverpool game. The real test would have been Brighton, and we passed that test. And same thing I'm saying about Brighton as well, too, right? The real test will come at Nottingham Forest, right? And I will believe that until you see patterns of play or you see players starting to give you that.
It's in that style, yeah.
Right? That 7 out of 10, that 8 out of 10 every single game where you don't have to worry about those players, right? And as Lion said, I am a bit more confident where we can beat Forest. I would like to keep another clean sheet because I think the game yesterday should have ended 4-1, but Dorgu do a stupidness, boy. The man passed the ball short, gave it away, and then gave away the free kick. And then lo and behold, Danny Welbeck. Because we had Danny Welbeck so quiet yesterday, right?
Yeah,
Danny Welbeck was playing centre back, I think, for them. He was defending how he had was pressuring them. But let me tell you something. That free kick get pushed so high because Man U meant thought that was a red card and all of them going up to the ref and then meant sneak that free kick high up, boy.
But yes, I mean, like
he touched it.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I like to see some of our former players doing well. And one former player I got to big up is Jadon Sancho. It takes one to get subbed on and then get subbed off in the same match, right? So you know, big up Jadon Sancho, freedom fighter.
Freedom fighter.
Yeah.
Very sad, yes.
For me, I think I don't know. I just real confident. You know, when you look at how the team play today, off the back of beating Liverpool, you saw the confidence growing in the team.
Where that game is?
in Forest.
By far.
Yeah. But I want to pull a next comment from Amarim. And when he's saying we can have all the talent in the world, but if we don't fight in this league, you have no chances. So if we fight, our players have the talent to decide the games. And this was evident yesterday. You know, I was watching how they were closing down the Brighton players. You know, sometimes I've seen 3 and 4 players, you know, around Ruta. Sometimes when Baleba get the ball, Baleba had Casemiro and Bruno breathing on his neck.
Right on him.
So, yeah, and that is the desire and the wanting, the fight that once this team express that and put it out there, I think we have enough talent to beat teams. You understand? I don't know if the Man United mentality, you know, used to have us walking into games thinking that we don't win the game already when we even kick a ball. But what I saw yesterday, the way we approach our game, that fight that Amarim talking about, with Mbumo and with Cunha and Bruno, I think we could beat real teams if we just approach the game with that same kind of mentality. You know, just fight. So the talent there. We have a talented group of players, but they just have to go in with the right mindset. And I think we could beat Forest bad, because Forest not in a good place. You know?
Now, I just want to say, when you look at the Liverpool game, the Brighton game was a must-win for me, because Brighton is that side that always beat we, and if it was Brighton in the league before the playoffs, they beat City, they beat Chelsea, they draw with Tottenham, and they beat Newcastle, and that is some top teams they play and beat. So I was saying we have showing me history against them in the past few seasons, and we put on our performance. I think we go into that Forest game with real confidence.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, at the end of the day, the football is always played on the day. So if we are short, we could.
And put away chances.
Yeah. Anyway, so guys, I think we are at the end of the pod. You know, so I mean, to win a game, as I said at the start, you know, it has just changed everything now. But you know, it has go about your day feeling better, you're frustrated, you know. And that's what Man United, they kind of hold this team have on me by, you know. It's sickening, it's sickening, but we enjoying this period. You know, we can talk about it positive, we can laugh at rivals, nobody in the comments, nobody in the mentions. Well, Phil have your own little thing going on, right? But Phil, you know, nice new partner. You know, but guys, we will be here again on Saturday. We play Forest.
Next weekend, yes.
Yeah, next Saturday. So we will be here again. Chef, I don't know if you have any game with
next week Saturday we are game.
Okay, well we are
game in Makoya.
Okay, all right. But we will be here again next Saturday, guys. So Simeon, Phil, Lion, Kristen, Chef, and those in the comments, those who like and share, we do appreciate it as always. You know, so have a good night. And we'll see you all on the next one.
Good night.